So, stemming from where it came off last week from George's very controversial win, we all know that she did not deserve to win last week. Not to put her down, not to make her feel bad, but it's just the principle. She did not deserve to win last week. Last week was Lady Camden's win. Um, if not Lady Camden, maybe Angeria was like the second choice. But anyway, George's won. Diabetes, who never holds her tongue, she had something to say about it, darling. She wasn't here for it. To say the least, darling. She was not, Lady Camden was not Lady Camden. Daya was not here for it. She told Georges that you just had on a swimsuit. You just threw some damn cookie cutters on it and called it a day. It was a very simple look. But what saved Georges to me was, I guess, her performance on the runway. Kind of like in season 11 with Brooklyn Heights, when she had that bad week. And she came out there and performed on the runway and was dancing and doing twirls and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of what it was giving. Georges did not deserve to be in the bottom last week, but she definitely deserved to be safe. Safe. Not the win. But anyway, they're really trying to push Georges, I see. But I don't have a problem with it because I like her. I think Georges fierce. Georges knows that she's fierce, but it's still not right to give other people's wins to whatever. But whatever. Am I a judge? No, child. So we're going to let it go. So this week's challenge is the Daytona Win. Basically, the girls are going to be in 3 groups. And they are going to be the Michaels, the O'Haras, and the Davenports. And we know that it's 3 legendary drag families that we've said. The Michaels, Chad Michaels. Who's the other Michaels? Kenya Michaels. And it's somebody else, ain't it? Ain't it Cameron Michaels? Ain't that her name? I think. The Davenports, Kennedy Davenport, Sahara Davenport, Akaria C. Davenport, Raja Davenport O'Hara. Then we have the O'Haras, Eureka O'Hara, Raja O'Hara, Fifi O'Hara. So even though they're all O'Haras, besides the Davenports, they're actually all, know each other and close knit. As far as the O'Haras, I don't think, they all have the same last name, but I don't think they come from the same drag family. But they're all connected, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. So anyway, the girls are split up in 3 different teams. The O'Haras was Jasmine, Angeria, and Lady Camden. The Davenports was Georges, Deja, and Carrie. And then the Michaels was who? Bosco, Willow, and Daya, I think. So we seeing the girls working together and every kind of thing, and so far so good, kinda. Everything's working out. This whole thing was pretty much just like a whole little storyline that was set up. It was reminiscent of like Dynasty and, kind of telenovelas and all that. Just big, over the top acting, extraness, facial expressions, dramatics, pauses, out of nowhere. So that's what they had to give. One girl who struggled pretty much the whole time is Angeria. As you guys know, Angeria has been a front runner in this competition the entire time, but this week she kind of got in her head, and we all just have those moments. You can't be on top all the time, and she was kind of low on herself and feeling some kind of way. Once you have been in the top every single week, there's a certain pressure that's put on your back to stay at the top. But she kind of fumbled this week, But my God, her runway was one of my favorites, Angeria. Just such a good drag queen. Just so good, so beautiful, and just... There has not been one outfit that Angeria has had on so far that I did not like. Not one. But on the contrary, there are multiple outfits that Miss Daisha had on that, and I like Daisha a lot. But I don't like anything that Daisha has been wearing lately. I don't know what it is. Daya, there's always things that I like about her outfits. But as far as a whole, I mean, I liked her. Daya's best week was the when they did the black, red, white, and blue challenge, and she made that dress that was fierce, the '80s inspired dress, and her other two looks was good too. Daya has some good looks. Daya has some good looks. Let me not say that, but sometimes I'll be like, ooh, child. But then Carrie, one of the girls that you would think would give all the looks, it's been certain outfits that she had on I didn't like last week, and I think the week before that too. So the girls are very, it's a lot going on. But a few ladies shined in the soap opera challenge. It was Daya that shined, even though I didn't think she did that great. The judges did. Willow shined. Lady Camden shined. Bosco shined. Yeah. So anyway, we get to the whole runway. It was a big shock. First of all, shouts out to the TS. Okay, TS Madison. She was one of the guest judges. She was the guest judge. And yeah, we love TS. And the biggest shock on the runway was when Lady Camden fell. She fell hard. She tripped on her stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh. But then she came back up, and then she added a mustache, giving Freddie Mercury tease. I was like, okay, I'm here for it. It was a stunt, and it was a real good stunt too, because I thought that lady really got hurt. And I think she did, but she was still fine and played it off. So we get to watch the entire soap opera thing, and throughout the whole thing, it was farts, farts and farts and farts, and that was the gags. That was why RuPaul wanted them to pause constantly, and wanted dramatic moments, and some of the language in there was just farts all the way through. And at first it was shocking, then it was funny, then it was just like, okay, the joke's over. Then it was just like, when is this gonna end? It seemed to drag and go on forever. I did not like it. It kind of made me, I was like, oh, I don't really know how I feel about it. And RuPaul also said another shocking thing, that everybody's safe. Everybody did well enough in the challenge and nobody's going home. But there is going to be a top two, and the top two is going to battle it out, like on All Stars when the top two girls lip sync, and it was the same kind of concept. So at least nobody's going home, child, because I better been going off in the untucks and on in her confessional. She been acting a fool, and so thank God that she is not just safe. In fact, she was the winner of the challenge. Her and Lady Camden is the winner of the challenge. Thank God. I did not like Daya's look at all. As far as the looks, my absolute favorite look out of all the girls this week's runway challenge was Chaps. My absolute favorite look was, I'm gonna say Willow. It was Willow, then Angeria, then Carrie, then Lady Camden. That was my top four. My middle of the road girls, the girls who was just okay for me, was Jasmine, Georges, and Bosco. And then the two looks that I did not like was Deja and Daya. But hey, I ain't no judge once again. So they did Blondie's One Way or Another. I'm gonna find ya. I'm gonna get ya one way. I said, I know Lady Camden about to kill this. She killed it. Lady Camden killed it. Daya didn't do bad, but Lady Camden just embodied the song, right? So Lady Camden finally got her first win. Bless her heart. My God, I like Lady Camden. And so that was pretty much it. Now the whole untucked thing, it was a lot. It was a lot going on. We found out how close Jasmine and Angeria is. Even though when Cornbread was in the room, when Jasmine was getting cussed out, Angeria didn't say nothing. But anyway, so they are super close, and you know, there's been many times where Angeria has had to uplift Jasmine, and so this was Jasmine's opportunity to do the same thing for Angeria, because Angeria was in her head this entire time. And so, you know, it was nice and sweet to see. What was Daya talking about? She was talking about something. She was getting ready to get some shit started again or something. I don't know. She's just a real hard girl to like, Daya. Although I appreciate people who are upfront and, you know, call out things, and like, I appreciate all that. I really do. But I don't know. It's something about Daya. It's just like, you are just quite, like, I don't know. I just don't know. Daya kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth a little bit. I think she's super talented and all that, but it's just something about her. It's just like, it's like she gives that serious joking moment. It's like she'll straight just cuss you out and call you a name, but then later on, and, you know, just try to make it seem like it was a joke, or she was just, you know, it's like, oh no, girl, it was fine. You know, I was just in my head. It's like, okay, well, that's what you said. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of aggression in Daya for some reason. And she is the tallest girl, so I'm sure she's looking at these girls like, these bitches can't beat me anyway. So I can pretty much say what I want to say if it get to that, you know. But anyway. She gives me a Khloe Kardashian tea. Anyway, so they are in Untucked, and you know, they started talking about their boyfriends and how much they miss their families and all that kind of stuff. And T.S. Madison, she ended up coming in, visiting the girls, talking to the girls about, you know, just how hard it is, and, you know, it's tough being an LGBTQIA person out there in these streets. And, you know, but y'all just keep going, and y'all gonna make it, y'all gonna be fine, and y'all are fierce, etc. Jasmine Kennedy. Somebody asked the question, did anybody ever think about transitioning? And Jasmine Kennedy, she started bawling. We found out that Jasmine Kennedy does consider herself, it's hard for her to say it finally, but she finally admitted to herself that she does consider herself a trans woman, and she just did not want to transition while being a part of this whole experience. But she said after this is when she's going to start her transition and everything. And she was saying how much she loves Carrie and looks up to Carrie and all that kind of stuff. And it was just, it was a sweet and touching and, you know, a beautiful moment between them. And, you know, we wish Jasmine all the best, child. Miss Talk Almighty. So yeah, it was just nice. These Untucks, this season in particular, are really juicy. Anyway, with that said, I'm MrChalaki. MrChalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at SKeysWorld on Instagram and Twitter, at SKeysWorld89. Oh my god, brain fart. MrChalaki. MrChalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at SKeysWorld89 on Snapchat. At SKeysWorld on Instagram and Twitter. Chase King on Facebook. MrChalaki on Cash App and PayPal. And as always, run me my money, run me my fade, run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later. It's a foggy day for me up here. I don't know.